This video is for everyone that spends too much time on their phone. So I'm talking to all of you, including myself. These numbers scare me a lot, and I think we all know how much our phones control how we spend our time. We reach for our phones so often because something inside of us feels a little bored, a little uneasy, or even a little lost. Think about where your hand goes in the middle of an argument, or when you are avoiding that project that you really wanted to start. Straight to your phone, right? We are avoiding discomfort, and our phone is a perfect place to avoid our discomfort. But think about it. Our attention and focus are some of the most precious things we have. They are responsible for shaping our lives, responsible for building the relationships that we want to build, and also if we actually reach the goals that we want to reach. And losing our focus to something as stupid as mindless scrolling, it feels like we are wasting away the time that we have on this beautiful planet. But it is not just about the people that have 8 hours of screen time a day, but also all of us whose brain feels permanently connected to our phones. For real, everything that gives us a quick dopamine hit is in our phones. These things are designed to make us feel good, to keep us coming back. And they do. No wonder why we are all so addicted to the endless scrolling. But this is the real question: why are we picking up our phones in the first place? Deep down, we know that our phones have become a way to escape. From boredom, from uneasy feelings, anything uncomfortable. Our mom always told us, it is that damn phone. It is that damn phone. And sadly, our mom is not coming to save us. Governments and organizations are not coming to save us because they make big cash when we spend time on their platforms. So it is up to us to take control and change our habits. Believe me, I also still have moments where I'm scheduling a 2-3 hour working session for myself, and I keep picking up the phone, and literally I'm thinking, why did I open Instagram again? I just closed it 2 minutes ago. Because we're programmed like that, right? So I'm not coming from a place of judgment towards all of you. At most, I'm making this video also as accountability towards myself. That everything I preach and explain in this video, of course I know, and I think you know as well, but let's try and set the intention to do good with ourselves and our time that we have on this planet. Of course, there will be days and times where our screen time will be a little bit more higher because life is quite difficult. I also have a lot of days where I'm struggling with the pressures of today's society, where we have to work so many hours, go to university, get our degree, start our passion projects, make money, sustain our social connections. This gives us a lot of fucking pressure. It's not easy. And, escapism is the best way to not think about all of this pressure. Some people have drugs, some people have games, some people have phones, and phones is the number one escape. Let's be honest. If you want to break this habit, the first step is actually not deleting all your social media apps and set time limits. At least not in the beginning. It's to understand why you feel that pull to your phone and to figure out what it is you're escaping from. Have you heard this quote by Carl Jung? Until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our life, and we'll call it faith. And that applies exactly here in this situation. Until we recognize what is driving this behavior, we'll keep reacting on autopilot. You know when you are escaping and when you are actively like, okay, now I'm taking a break, I'm going to scroll on my phone. There's two different ways how we can deal with this. The next time when you pick up your phone, pause and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Maybe you're scrolling away late at night in your bed because today didn't really feel fulfilling and you don't want the next day to start, so you have bedtime revenge. Or maybe you are in the middle of an argument and confrontation makes you feel uncomfortable. These patterns aren't random. These are rooted in something deeper. And when that impulse hits, I want you to try something different. All right? I want you to sit with the feeling you're trying to escape from. How uneasy this feeling may be, the sadness, the anxiety about the future, or the boredom. Just sit with it. This is so important, and we have to normalize this. Boredom is not the enemy here. Smartphones made it easy to escape from boredom, but sitting in it can actually spark our creativity and reconnect us with the things that truly matter, which is something I'm trying to do lately. There's a war going on in our brain between our phone and our other interests. And right now, the phone side is winning. Imagine a skill with a ball in the middle, and the ball is your attention. One side is your phone, powered by your dopamine hits and the pull of avoiding negative feelings. And the other side is your real life interests, your hobbies, your goals, and your relationships. Right now, the phone side is heavier because it's so instant, so easy, endless, literally endless scrolling. And the key here is to tip the scale. To shift the balance, we need to reduce the pull of our phones and strengthen the pull of our real life interests. That means dealing with your unsettling feelings, strengthening your willpower and awareness around your triggers, and creating some friction around your phone use. At the same time, you need to strengthen your interest side by making your hobbies and goals easier to engage with. But Mike, how do we make our real life interests and goals way more compelling than our phones? For me, it's about reconnecting with how I want to see my life and why it matters. Take content creation, for example. For me, it's not just a hobby, but also a way to express, to get creative, to share my perspective with like-minded people, and to replace my mindless scrolling with something meaningful. This is super important. To shift the balance on the scale, I create friction for my phone by keeping it out of reach when I need to focus, and create clarity by defining my aspirations through SMART goals. Instead of vaguely saying, I want to create more content online, I commit to saying, okay, I want to create 2 YouTube videos a month. We need to make these steps as simple and concrete as possible so we don't get overwhelmed. I really try and schedule all of these little actions in my calendar. Time for research, time for script writing, time for filming these videos. It's not just about big goals. Fulfillment can come from all kinds of other activities like reading a good book, cooking, doing something creative, or playing a fun video game responsibly. These actions bring so much more joy and accomplishment than no amount of scrolling can match. Guys, change doesn't happen overnight. Don't expect yourself to cut out all your screen time and change your whole lifestyle. That's unrealistic, right? Instead, focus on the small, manageable steps you can take to prevent disappointment. Every time you resist picking up your phone, celebrate it, all right? Each win will build your resilience, and this will help you regain control over your focus. The goal here is not to reject all technology, but to create a life where we are in control of how we spend our time. To use our phone as a destination, not as an escape. All right? Feed the mind, the body, and the soul, as one cannot function without the other. I wish you all the best of luck and much love.